As with Romeo and Juliet, the bard frequently utilized fiction as a means of social commentary, and he sometimes used animals in his writings to help make a point. "Every dog has its day" is a reference straight from Hamlet. Dixon County artist Rose Littrell has a way with animals too. She doesn't use words, just styrofoam, and an imagination that takes her every day on safari.
Creativity doesn't come with a surefire formula. But mix imagination with desperation and you'll get close. Rose Littrell's grinding job here isn't a grind at all.
I just have this drive to create and make and paint. It's an inner drive that if I'm not creating or making something for a while, I have to make something.
On her Dixon County farm, she does just that. Creates things. An idea hatched in her childhood.
We didn't have a lot. There were 7 people living in like a 5-room house, but we were happy. We didn't know we didn't have a lot because my mom was always very happy.
What made Rose happy were the simple things her hands and mind came up with. 40 years later, and she's not about to stop.
I feel like every time I make a piece, it's good and it's okay, but I want to do something better next time. I always feel like one day I'm really going to make something really good.
Look around. That day came years ago. She has created a forest of friends, combining her love of animals with an ability to find their personalities.
I had a pet chicken, and she had a lot of personality.
Rose has some personality, too. Besides the styrofoam, her humor and hard work are part of every creation.
When I look at animals, I feel like they have so much personality. They're not human, but you can see the human looks in their eyes and their faces, and if they're sad or if they're happy, if they're excited.
She gets that fun finish by working half days. That's the first 12 hours, or the last 12.
Yeah. Well, when I'm real busy, they are definitely long days.
No time for the rocking chair, just the rocking horse.
I draw them on the cardboard. There's the big rascal. This is the pattern for the big rocking horse.
The animal kingdom is her creative playground. While the lion may be king in the real world, for Rose, of course, it's the horse.
I loved horses. I don't know where that came from. I think I was just born that way.
Her horseplay began as a little girl.
I would make little clay horses and stick toothpicks in their legs so they'd stand up and take them and show my neighbors and aunts and everybody. Oh, that's nice. Go make some more. I think they told me that to get rid of me, so.
Her persistence paid off. While some horses win her place, hers show. Inside Nashville's Wild Horse Saloon, enjoy a meal of 3 courses, surrounded by horses.
The Wild Horse Saloon horses, I blocked all of those out with an electric chainsaw, so that styrofoam was everywhere.
Everyone here is hers. 21 days of hard work before her horses ever leave the gate.
It's a pretty good process of the sanding and then different layers that you add. I think once I made a horse in a week, but that was long hours and it was hot weather, and I looked terrible after that week.
Still, she knows it's worth it.
When people see something that I've made and it makes them happy, I don't know why it makes me feel so happy myself. I'll never understand why I want people to think, oh, wow, look at that. You know, oh, who made that? It's like, oh, I did.
The horses she makes bring her joy. So do the ones at her home. She's never too busy to talk to her animals.
Hi, my boy. You wasn't in the barn, huh? Good boy.
I start off, I love the piece I'm working on. Then I hate it, and then I love it. So I have this love-hate relationship with the pieces that I'm working on. Each piece that's created, it's like it has a heart. And I love it when a piece gets a good home, or when I get to see them again, or things like that.
But you never know for sure. A few years ago, she made a giant giraffe and heard it wound up in Hollywood.
This is a picture of one of my grandsons, and this giraffe that he's on, I shipped to FAO Schwartz to their Chicago store, and it stayed there for several months, and then they shipped it to their store in New York. So I had a friend that called for me, and I asked him to see if he could find out if the giraffe sold or anything, and that they told him that Kirstie Alley had bought it. And I thought, oh wow, that's pretty good. And I thought, well, I hope she really did buy it. And then in 2006, People magazine came out, and Kirstie Alley was featured with the diet plan that she's on. And my friend called me and said, your giraffe is with Kirstie Alley and her children in the People magazine. So I'm just really proud that she still has him after all these years, and it looks like they love him, so he has a good home.
She likes when people look, and unlike most artists, likes it when people touch.
When I go to a show or I see a piece of artwork, I want to touch it so bad, just to feel the texture. I'm drawn to that piece, and if I see the do not touch sign, I'm just devastated. And I realize that some pieces you can't touch, but I want people to touch the things that I've made, and I want people to interact with them. I never want a piece of my work to say, do not touch.
I can't believe she did this.
All of this success from a woman who admits it took her years to get good.
Don't ever say you're not good, because you keep making, and every time you make it one time, you make it again, and it's going to get better, it's going to be more fun. So don't ever give up. Just keep drawing, and just keep making and creating, and just make it again and again. Make it as many times as you want. And just keep going, never give up.
Call it her journey through life's jungle to joy.
I hope that my pieces are still around for a long time. They should last a long time, and I hope people enjoy them, and it makes somebody laugh or feel good when they see something I've done, or just think, wow, that was pretty good.
Rose credits the humble beginnings of her childhood as the biggest reason for her artistic success. Christmas presents were few, but always included clay, paper, and paint. Those three gifts, while not gold, frankincense, and myrrh, gave her all the resources she needed to birth a lifelong love of creative art.